Hello and welcome to Seriously Informal by the Gaming Reporter. In
Hi.
Seriously Informal, we host stakeholders from the gaming ecosystem and we talk, right? We
Mhm.
discuss issues concerning the gaming industry and we discuss things that matter to the gaming industry, the gaming ecosystem at large. So basically, we just talk, right? And because unless we talk and we talk sense, no one will pay attention. And talking about attention, we have Shagufta Iqbal with us today, a very skillful gamer with
Hello.
loads of screen presence and an always smiling and warm persona, which
Thank
makes
you.
people feel very connected to her. So, Shagufta, welcome to Seriously Informal.
Yeah, hi.
So, everyone knows your story, Shagufta, about how it all started, and therefore, I'm not going to ask you that. You're a gamer first,
Uh-huh.
right? And
Yep.
then a streamer.
Yep.
So I'm going to ask you what are the games you're really good at? And are there any gamers or streamers you really look up to?
I do. I just play casually most of the time, but right now I'm hugely addicted to Call of Duty Warzone at the moment. I always was like a Counter-Strike girl. Like I don't think I would have like back when I started gaming, I would have never thought that I would be like full time playing Call of Duty. I was always like a Counter Strike player, and yeah, over the years I played Counter Strike, I played PUBG, and now I'm just addicted to Call of Duty. So yeah, and I do watch a lot of streamers. I watch Dr. Disrespect on YouTube, and then I watch like other variety streamers, but mostly for like Call of Duty stuff, like which I'm very addicted to right now. I watch mainly Dr. Disrespect and Huskers and Zlaner and stuff. So yeah.
All right, that's interesting. Let me know what are the qualities of being a good streamer, right? Can you talk about any incident you remember, maybe, or any challenges you faced on the way of becoming a very popular streamer these days?
So for me, like my ideal streamer would be somebody who has like I look up to Dr. Disrespect quite a lot only because of the fact that he can entertain his audience as well as like show good gameplay. So I feel like there needs to be like a balance between the two, like entertainment and gameplay as well. Like when you're like a professional streamer, okay, you're just showing off your skills or you want your audience to learn from you, that's completely fine. But then again, that's not like the ideal streamer for me because people usually watch streams for like entertainment. It's like you come back home from work and then you put on some TV series or something. Nowadays people are watching streamers, like that's their entertainment. So yeah, there needs to be like the balance between gameplay and entertainment as well. So like as well, like in my streams also, I always like prioritize like talking to my chat, interacting with them, because I want my stream to be like that, where people can come and chill and not just like be too much of gameplay and stuff. So yeah, that's very important, having a balance between entertainment and gameplay as well.
But why do you think gaming is not a full-time career? And do you have a backup plan for yourself?
For me, I am super lucky that I'm doing pretty well right now. Um, Gaming, like before, I think now it can be a career for like a lot of people because it has developed quite a lot. Back when I started streaming like 2 years ago, it there wasn't really much scope for like full time gaming unless you're like a professional gamer and you compete in tournaments, and then you have like an organization where you're on a salary and stuff. So with that you can make a living. But then back then for streamers it was just like a side thing. I had my IT job as well. I would go to work, come back home, and then start my stream. It was like a hobby. But yeah, now like as more and more brands are getting into the gaming scene, like gaming has improved like quite a lot in India, all thanks to like PUBG Mobile and stuff. So because of that, like more brands and all are getting interested in the gaming scene. So now I think, yeah, people are actually like me also. I'm also like, this is like my full-time job now. So yeah, I think it's only 2 years since this happened, so of course there is still like quite a long way to go.
Yeah, I think it's been a good 2 years. But as
Yeah.
an experienced streamer in these 2 years, what would be your advice to budding content creators?
Hmm.
Um, I mean, should they be fluid with the trend or should they stick to a particular category?
So to be honest, like being big in like the streaming scene, you just need to go viral. That's how somebody can become big, or else you have to be consistent, like You have to give it time. It won't happen overnight. I see a lot of people who just like start streaming and then they don't see the numbers and they're like, oh, this is just a waste of time, it's getting nowhere, so then they stop doing it. So you should not go with that mindset ki chalo, I'm gonna start streaming today and then within a month I'll have like sponsors and I can make this a full-time career. That should not be your mindset. That wasn't my mindset, that wasn't any other streamer's mindset, I believe. So yeah, they put in that effort. Like it's like after 2 years I can say that okay, yeah, I'm doing this full-time. So it will take time for sure. I think that's the one tip that I can give to like budding streamers. Like give it time. Don't quit within the first few months thinking it's going nowhere. I have also seen like a couple of my friends also who got pretty big in like a few months just because like again they had like good gameplay and then they collabed with like the top streamers and stuff, so they got the recognition that way. But yeah, unless you can collab with other streamers like that, you just have to give it time and take it slow and all.
Sure. So, what is your opinion on PUBG ban, and has it affected the esports industry as people are talking about? Because I'm also hearing that PUBG is, by the way, going to get unbanned.
Yeah, even I
That's
heard
very,
that. Like, yeah.
not really
So somebody I think posted a story that PUBG Corp India was like looking for new employees or stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
On
maybe
the
it's gonna get unbanned. Esports, I think it has affected esports because before I used to see a lot of like PUBG Mobile tournaments happening all the time. There were so many teams competing. Now I don't see those things happening as much. I'm guessing there is like Free Fire and all, but even like Call of Duty Mobile is also growing now. So people like after PUBG ban, people are looking more into Call of Duty Mobile, and Free Fire was already there, but it did have like a pretty good audience, and I think it's still continuing now. But yeah, like tournaments and stuff, it has decreased, but I think abhi like as Call of Duty Mobile and stuff will grow, they will have their tournaments. So again, it's gonna get back to normal. But yeah, be like it's like
I
a
think it's a
shock
long
value.
road.
Yeah, it's like a shock value that oh my god, PUBG got banned and then everything stopped, like all the events and all. But slowly it's going, like it's coming back.
Sure. So
Yeah.
tell me something. You were talking about esports, right? So esports is a very tiny part of the gaming industry, yet it receives maximum attention. So what do you have to say about that, and what do you have to say about the non-competitive gaming ecosystem?
I personally, I am not like a esports player, so I would love, like right now, the streaming scene and like the entire gaming scene revolves around like pro players and teams and esports tournaments. I would honestly love that for that to change. Like not completely like shut off the esports because obviously that is like a huge factor. But then people should start focusing more on like single player games as well because there are so many like awesome single player games out there, and I'm slowly starting to like, because you don't really, not a lot of people watch those kind of things, so streamers are like I might lose my audience, so they don't want to take that risk. But then I actually do love single player games, so I'm trying to like start getting into more single player games on my channel as well. So yeah, let's hope that also like gets to a level where the esports because out of India it's very popular. Like out of India, like they don't see gamers as just like professional competitive players. Over here in India, if you say that hey, I'm a gamer, then people will be like, oh, what's your rank and how many tournaments have you taken part in? Like that's the main thing. But like outside of India, if you say you're a gamer, then you can be any kind of gamer. So yeah, I would really love for that mindset to change. I mean, of course, esports, because like esports is there and like there's a lot of viewership for all the tournaments and stuff, that's why it's like so popular. But yeah, I would really love for that mindset to come to India as well. Like, and
Sure.
gamers can be single player gamers as well. So yeah.
No, then okay, tell me what is a big disruption you feel the gaming industry needs, especially in India?
Big disruption as in like,
As in, what will change the gaming, the mindset of the players, the mindset of the entire ecosystem, right?
so right now, like because the gaming scene got super popular because of PUBG Mobile and the PUBG Mobile streamers and creators. So I think personally maybe that once these like big streamers they start streaming like all these like single player story mode games, then maybe audience will start shifting to those games as well. Recently I saw Mortal streaming Sekiro, which is like one of my favorite games, and back when I streamed it, I didn't get a lot of viewership, and like people did not like, they were like, what is this game, I don't get it, this and that. But now that Mortal is streaming, people are like, oh, Sekiro, it's a cool game. So I think that's what will help with the change in mindset. Like all these big creators, they start, because I'm doing my part, but then I'm not that big yet. So maybe like once the big streamers they start doing it, then the audience, like their mindset might change. Um, Also, I think like games, like single player games, are quite expensive in India because of all the like custom rates and stuff. Like the yesterday, I was looking at PS5 prices. It's the most expensive in India, and even the PS5 games, it's very expensive for India. So yeah, I don't know what we can do about the prices coming down. I don't know anything about that, but yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why single player games aren't as popular in India. But yeah, just raising awareness, I guess, like, because sometimes people come and tell me that they don't understand this game and they're like, oh, we can't play this game, so we don't relate to it, so we don't want to watch. But sometimes that's the thing, like, if you can't play something yourself, you can like watch other people play it. Like if I can't play one game, then I'll go to YouTube and look at like other people playing it, because I want to have that experience of playing the game as well, but I can't, so I can just watch somebody else do it. So I think people need to understand that they need to change their mindset in that way.
Yeah, rightly said. I think sometimes simple things are disruption.
Yeah.
So,
It's just like creating awareness, because people got into gaming, I believe, because of PUBG Mobile. So they think that PUBG Mobile is the only game, but no, there's so many other games as well. So it's just
Absolutely.
like raising awareness and all. Yeah.
All right, so let's lighten it up a little and tell me, do you have a social media strategy to engage your fans on platforms apart from YouTube?
Yeah, I do have quite a big following on Instagram, and my Twitter, I'm just trying to grow it like a little bit. And then there's this another social media platform called Planet 9 that I just partnered with. So yeah, it's just like posting simple stuff, posting updates. What's up, guys? How are you doing? What games are you playing now? So that gets the interaction going over there as well. And then like you can use these other platforms to attract other people as well, because YouTube, like, it depends, like if you don't get recommended, then people don't find your channel. But then Instagram and stuff, they have like the explore pages, so people, like, what if you land on their explore page once, or like people tag each other. Yeah, it's just like a good way. Like you should always have like another social media presence, like apart from YouTube or Twitch or whatever, to build your audience that way.
Sure, it's been nice chatting up, Shagufta. One quick round of rapid fire. Are you up for it?
Okay.
Right.
Sure.
So I've got 8 lined up. Okay.
Okay.
Just tell me whatever comes to your mind.
Uh-huh.
Astronaut or hairdresser?
Hairdresser.
FPS or RTS?
FPS.
Favorite game protagonist?
I don't have a favorite. Maybe Senua from Hellblade's Senua Sacrifice.
Favorite game antagonist?
Antagonist.
Quick.
I can't think of any. Gwyn, yeah, from Dark Souls. He's one of my favorite villains.
CSGO or Valorant?
CSGO.
Instagram or Twitter?
Instagram.
Gaming or esports?
Gaming.
Logitech or HyperX?
Logitech. For
That
sure.
was the
Logitech
toughest.
for life. Nope.
Sure. So thank you so much, Shagufta, for honestly
you. It was
answering these
fun.
rapid fire questions.
Yep. Thank
It's,
you. It was fun.
Yeah, it's been really fun talking to you, and I do hope we are able to chat again sometime soon.
Sure.